Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Lou Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Excuse me, today we're going to do a little bonus video. We are going to participate in a challenge by Crafty Cat, and she is calling it the hashtag 50 stack challenge. And again, it's by Crafty Cat. And what her challenge is, she is going to do 50 guest checks. And she's going to do 2 a week. And I believe she's going to do hers on Monday. And what she will do is she will do her video on Monday. And she will draw out the 2 different prompts. There's a 1-word prompt for each guest check, and then she'll create her guest checks. And so if you want to participate, you'll need to watch her videos on Monday to get the prompts, and then you know, you can make your guest checks, and then if you want to post them or make a YouTube video for them, you'd want to use hashtag 50 stack challenge. And like I said, I'll link her first video below, and she explains it a lot better than I did, I'm sure. But you can use any kind of guest check. I have these. I have a few, and then I have some more on the way so I can do the whole challenge. So in the end, this challenge will take 25 weeks because you're going to get 2 guest checks or 2 prompts every week. So I'm going to start with the ones that I have and then continue you know, once my other ones come in. Now, she is doing hers numerical. In other words, you know, her first check has a 1, her second one has a 2, and so forth. I was lucky enough in my stash to have one that ends in 1 and ends in 2, so I'm going to start with those. And then you can, other than the prompt she gives you, you can use anything that you want to use, and you can do anything with them that you want to do with them when you're done. You know, she suggested, you know, making them just so you have ephemera to put in future journals. I think her plan is to, you know, put a hole in hers and ring bound them. And I think I'm going to use one of these little Tim Holtz notebooks. I have a couple of these. I don't think that they make these anymore, but I think you may be able to find some in stock here or there. But I think what I'm going to do is put all mine in here, and I hope that they're all going to fit. If not, we may have to make an adjustment down the road. But what I'll do is, instead of poking a hole in the actual guest check, I think I'll put a piece on them and poke the hole in the piece, you know, that I'm going to attach to the back. In other words, you know, I would take a piece and attach it like this and cut it off and then put my 2 holes. I think is what I'm going to do. Like I said, it's early. That may change. With that being said, I decided that I wanted my checks to, even though they're different prompts, I want my pair to go together. So I'm going to try my best to make both of the checks so that they go with each other, so that when they're in the book, you know, they will be on facing pages like this and have something to do with each other. Again, that's my plan. Depending on how the prompts come out, that may not work out either, but as of right now, that's what I want to do. So with all that being said, let's get started on the first couple as I knock my tear ruler in the floor. That's a good start, isn't it? So the first prompt that she drew out of the bag was red. So one of the tags you know, the prompt is red. The second one is paint. And so I was going through my ephemera and stuff, trying to get all my Halloween stuff organized, and I came across some of my Alice in Wonderland stuff, and so I think that's the kind of theme that I'm going to go with on these two tags is Alice in Wonderland. So for the red tag, I am going to use this big red flower, and I've got some little cards here, and I'm hoping that I have enough red to get this one done. So we're going to do this one first. Let's move the two over here out of the way. And I've got a couple little tags. One that says drink me, and then I've got one that's got the bottle on it. So let's start with that. Do I want this one? Yes, I want this one too. And see what we can do. So, and I've got this little heart. This little heart is actually left over from a different project, and it's actually cut out of a wax seal. But I thought it would be cute to put it in her hand back here. So, just another red element. So, the first thing I'm going to do is ink this up, and let's grungy it up a little bit. I'm not going to go real grungy, but I definitely am going to ink it up so it's not so white. I hope everybody's doing good. It's raining here right now. Not bad, but we need the rain, so I'm not going to complain too much. And as of right now, we have power. So that's a good thing. We haven't had much luck with that here lately. It's been storming and we've been losing our power a lot. But so far so good today. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to do with this? You know, actually, I may do the same process on the background as I do on the other one, which kind of involves paint as well. Do I want to do that? No, I think I'm okay to not do that. All right, so let's just get started. I'm going to put this down here at the bottom to kind of give me a ripped edge. I've got some and I'm going to put it like over that seam just to kind of strengthen it up, you know, where the tag's at the bottom. See if that's low enough to get her. Go down just a little bit. I'm going to go right above that number. I want to cover the number up. All right, so let's put that on. I'm looking for what in the world I did with my glue book. I just had it in my hand. There it is. Okay. I've had one of those days where nothing has gone as planned. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go up and make a video and maybe relax a little bit. We'll see how that goes. I do want something in that background. I do feel like it needs something. This is just a little script stamp that I had. Sitting over here. Okay, I feel better about that now. Okay, so let's see. I know the flower is going to go on this edge like that. I could have inked these things ahead of time, but I just decided kind of on the spur of the moment to do this. Okay, and then I've got my little cards here. This is just scrapbook paper. All of this is. I think the Alice in Wonderland is, I can't remember. I think it's, I don't know. I'll have to look because I can't remember. I've had it so long now. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it though. So I'm going to kind of glue these down. Up here. I think this is such a fun challenge. I'm looking forward to seeing what all the prompts are. Down the road. Okay, and then, oops, she needs to go higher. And I am going to cut her skirt off just a little bit. But that's okay. Stamperia? This might be Stamperia paper. Okay. And then let's glue our little heart right there to get another red element in there. I may have to use Fabri-Tac on that. 3-in-1. And I have a butterfly that is also red. I'm trying to decide if I want to. It's actually a button. If I can find a needle and thread real quick. Make sure this needle, nope, that one's too big. Look at my little drawer here. Oh, and of course, that thread is like all tangled up down in there. And it continues. You guys ever have one of those days? Let me make sure this one will go through here. No, of course not. It's just gonna look really weird if it's doesn't have anything in those holes, I feel like. That's my feeling, that it needs to have something. Okay, this one will work. Now, can we get it threaded? This time of day, after I've been on my computer all day, my eyes are not the best, even with my glasses. They're just so tired. Okay. We're just going to go through it a couple times just to make it look like it's got some thread in there. I'm gonna poke through this way first. Up. Didn't make my knot big enough. Let's try that again. telling you guys. It's that kind of day. All right, let's do one more just for good measure. Maybe. And I may get so frustrated with it and say, forget it. Really shouldn't be this hard. Your kids started back in school, or grandkids. Mine grandkids don't start until next week. They go to private school because my daughter teaches in a private school. So they go where she teaches. So they don't start till next week. But our public schools started on Monday. And then my daughter is going back to get her master's. And she starts, I think, the following week. She's doing online. I was looking for my tape, but it's not anywhere close. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on that. But I won't drag you through me trying to figure out what drawer my tape is in for the moment. And I feel like I want to put some little string or something right there for the antennas. But I will do that afterwards as well, so you're not watching that. Okay, so the other thing that I have is these couple little tags. Not that one. And so what I'm gonna do for that is I'm gonna make a little pocket, I believe. Oh, did a cruddy job. And this is a digital, but I can't remember from who. I've had these little tags for years. It's probably one of the first digitals that I ever got. These may be from the Graphics Fairy. And these were just on a page that, you know, said drink me, and the other one said, you know, eat me for the other one, and it was just a page. And I think it was just a freebie that was on the internet. Okay, so do I want to, I think I'm going to put the pocket right here and put them in there. And I think what I may do is use, I think I may use just a piece of book page. Maybe. I have that has red in it, but that really doesn't have anything to do. Oh, maybe I can find a little, ooh, look, squirrel. That's what I sound like. I feel like I sound like piece of ephemera that's red that I can make a little pocket out of. I don't need anything very big. There's a label. Nope, that's too small. Oh, there's a... Nope, that's not a clock. Start saying, oh, that clock would be appropriate, but it's not a clock. Red, red, red. Yeah, I feel like I need something else red. None of these are big enough. It's red. It's not big enough. I do like to hold that out to you. It's a red stamp. Nothing red. Let me look at my labels. Where are my labels? It's not wide enough. I need one that's wide. It's not ideal. Well, I'm striking out, guys. All right, if I put this here, can I get... I don't think I can do, but we gotta do some coloring of this. I'm gonna put this little stamp on there too. So if we put just the tiniest line of glue, hopefully we're still going to have enough room. Okay, now I'm going to take, I think I've got some what is this stuff called? You know, this stuff. Baker's twine. There we go. Got it. I heard you screaming it. Okay. So there is our first prompt. Which is red. I hope that's got enough red in it. So let's work on the second one. The second one is paint. And the first thing that I am going to do is I am going to take this white distress paint, this Tim Holtz white distress paint, what did I do with timeout? I left my stuff over here. Okay, see, I told you guys. You may have to help me through this one. And okay, back to what we were doing. I'm going to take this white paint and I'm going to put it on this stamp. If I can get it to come out. And it's going to turn gray because I didn't wipe the stamp off good enough, but that's okay. That'll still work. Okay, now after I get this good and covered, I'm going to stamp this tag with my paint. And I'm going to wipe it off the best I can until we get done, and then I'll wash it when we get done. So don't be afraid to use paint on your stamps. You just need to clean them real well when you get finished so it doesn't dry on them. And this is just water and a baby wipe. Okay, and the white you still see on that stamp, that's actually foam soap from the baby wipe. It's not paint. All right, so that's that part. And I'm going to dry this real quick. Okay, so we have some paint now on our background. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take this bundled sage and I'm going to squish it on here, and I hope this is going to be wide enough to work. I'm going to put some water on it. I'm going to drip it on here. I'm going to squish it on here like this. Okay, and then I'm going to dry that. Okay, now I'm going to take some water. I'm going to put some water on there and give it a few minutes to do some reacting. And what happens is the paint is going to act as a resist. You'd be able to see it a lot more if the stamp had actually been white, if I had cleaned it off. But I'll hold it up when it gets dry here, and you'll be able to see that it actually did not cover where the paint was. Okay, so see, you can still see where I stamped with the paint. Okay, now let's do the edges. with our vintage photo. Again, start off the paper. You won't get the little, too much of the little swirly swirlies. If you start over here and then come onto your paper. Now we've got a nice background. Alright, so now to tie these two together and to do the red paint, or the paint prompt. Red was our first prompt. Okay, again, I'm going to put this at the bottom, like we did on the other one. Just kind of across that little perforated area. All right, and then we've got our little guy painting the roses, because the queen had to have red roses and they had white. So they had to paint them all red. So we're going to put that down. Let me ink that as well. And I think what I'm going to do for this one, I have a couple little tags for this one too. And so I think, let me see, my little guy's going to go here. This little paint bucket. I need those. I'm going to glue them together first so that I can leave the top open for a pocket. I don't know where I want this to go. We need to have I think I'm going to do it like that because this one is half painted. And actually, no, I'm going to do it like this because I'm going to half paint this one so that we have the same, so that we're getting another paint element. So I'm going to glue him to the rose bush. And then I'm going to leave it open across here so that I have a pocket. So I'm going to glue here. And around the edges. To about right there, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to take my red acrylic paint, and this is Amsterdam acrylics, and my brush. And I'm going to put some paint on here. And then I'm also going to put, that's not exactly the same color red, but I did need some black in there. Oh, I've got my black watercolor. Let's do that. No, I made it too dark. Now I'm going to make it more runny if I can, because I want to make some drips. Let me put some of this color up here on this one so they look closer to the same color. Okay, let me get that mess out of the way before I end up with it everywhere. All right, and we can also take a little bit of black. And my water brush. Do a little bit of shadowing. Where there already is. Just kind of enhance it a little bit. Oh, I should have done that flower too. That white one right there. There we go. All right, so I've got a couple of things. For this one. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Let's poke a hole in this tag. Oh. I'm gonna put this little Lewis Carroll thing right down here. Try not to stick my fingers in this before it dries. Let me cut off these little hangy overs. Put a piece of baker's twine in that tag as well. All right, so there's our prompts for checks 1 and 2. I might put that there. I don't really want to cover up her feet though. I like her little socks. Maybe I could do just Alice's Adventures. Here we go. He's too white, don't you think? Ah, what is that? Oh, I'm smearing paint, I think. Duh. That's okay, though. I don't mind that. Okay, there we go. 1 and 2. Red and paint. So again, if you want to participate, Crafty Cat is the name of her YouTube channel, and I will link the first video in the description box so that you can go and check it out. And when you get through making your checks, if you post them to Instagram or you make your video, use the hashtag 50stackchallenge. And I look forward to seeing what everybody else does. And I hope you guys participate. I think this is going to be a fun one. So until next time, everybody be safe and be healthy. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.